So we recently got picked up by Yellow and Sue. Apparently, they're really interested in talking about anime. So, I mean, it's pretty solid to get a job from the Yelling Will Ensue. I mean, do you guys know what you want to call this thing?
Don't know a name to call it.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. We gotta think about this. It's Yelling Will Ensue, so it's gotta be something a little bit more like, I don't know, like argumentative, or like. How about Let's Argue Anime? Welcome to Let's Argue Anime! I hope you enjoyed our cold open. I am your host, Aaron. With me is...
Jesus.
And...
Jacob.
And we are here to argue anime because we could discuss anime like friends would, like civilized people would, but we got picked up by Yelling Will Ensue, so we're going to argue with each other. Does that sound like a plan?
Isn't that how we always talk to each other?
I thought the same thing.
Let's argue anime, y'all. So, to start off our inaugural episode of Let's Argue Anime, I believe we wanted to talk about genres, specifically a certain genre that has many, many interpretations, and we're talking, of course, of slice of life. So, what is a slice of life? Well, I'm glad you asked, listener and or viewer. We have definitions ready at click of a button for you all. So I have a definition by TV Tropes, and Jesus has a definition from the Wikipedia, and Jacob has a definition from something called Webster. I don't even know if I've heard of that. But we're going to start off with TV Tropes definition. It is life observed and examined. A cast of characters go about their daily lives, making observations and being themselves. School is perhaps the most common setting for these kind of series, especially in animation. Coming of age is often a major part of their stories. They may have death by Newbury metal. I don't know what that is, but What separates slice of life as a genre from the literal meaning of the phrase, which would encompass nearly all fiction, is the emphasis on the very moment with the intent of focusing the audience on that moment, rather than using that moment as part of a narrative. Okay?
Alright, so what Wikipedia tells us slice of life is, first it starts off with what the actual literary and drama term is. So slice of life is a phrase describing the use of mundane realism, depicting everyday experiences in arts and entertainment. And then when we get down to the actual anime section, it goes to, in anime and manga, slice of life is a genre that often parallels teen melodrama in addition to using slice of life narrative techniques. Another common trait in slice of life anime and manga is their emphasis on seasonality or procedures. Middle school and high school life are also common topics in this genre. It is also common for fantasy or science fiction elements to coexist with slice of life elements in anime and manga.
And then for Webster, the full definition of slice of life is relating to or marked by accurate transcription as into drama of a segment of actual life experience.
Okay, so the reason why we started talking about slice of life is because Jacob and I got in an argument about the genre of slice of life and what technically counts as a slice of life. Jacob seems to believe that a slice of life could literally encompass just about anything.
Either by the definition, it could.
I believe we're just focusing on one aspect of a person's life as part of the entire narrative. Okay. Thank you very much. Look, when I think of slice of life when it comes to anime, I think of things like that are mostly comedies, like your K-ons or your I guess
Haruhi.
Haruhis or like your Lucky Stars, things of that nature.
Yeah.
I don't think of dramas.
So you tell me you don't think Planet is slice of life?
I think Clannad is an overrated anime.
That's a discussion for another
That
day.
discussion for another time, but I did not answer my question.
No.
No, even though they do basically don't do their own life.
No, I think Clannad is a drama.
But it said melodrama and everything.
Melodrama. I think it's more like 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 a soap opera maybe. I think Clannad is a soap opera, an animated soap opera.
It's not that bad.
Oh, you go by the same. It could be a slice of life soap opera. You could have drama in some slice of life.
You know what?
Surprisingly popular in Japan, so a lot of anime fills this category. In longer-running action-based shows, it also becomes fairly common to incorporate slice-of-life episodes to flesh out the characters by placing them in a more mundane setting. This often gets combined with a mood whiplash when the pace of the action picks up. See Schoolgirl series, Lucky Star, K-On. Compare and contrast with soap opera. Since the cast of such shows tend to mostly, if not entirely, female English-speaking fans sometimes refer to them as cute girls doing cute things. Slice of life.
Okay.
How do you feel about cute girls doing cute things? Is that an accurate portrayal of a slice of life?
I mean, I wouldn't say that it encompasses all of it, but I mean, there definitely is a lot of slice of life anime that is that, but I wouldn't say that it's all just cute girls doing cute things. But there is definitely a large amount of anime like that.
And this idea of it, though a lot of anime that deal with cute girl doing cute things and slice of life, but at the same time, it doesn't want to handle all anime that are slice of life, but that don't deal with cute girl doing cute things.
Like?
Myself, yourself.
It's not a slice of life.
It's slice of life.
It is a drama.
It under the category slice of life. I'm
Technically, GTO is a slice of life.
But it's not mundane. It's more like a comedy because it's like an episodic comedy.
No, it is slice of life. Okay.
Okay, so if we take this out of anime, something like Family Guy, is that a slice of life?
To some extent, yes.
I don't think so.
To some extent.
That's a tough situation.
Now it's some extent. They do show their life at school and some of the things that they had there as teenagers.
That's not mundane though. The whole point of it is that they get into wacky situations. Like that's the whole thing I'm getting at is that it's like.
But they do have the moments. Like perfect example, the whole thing that Trish become a freshman at the high school, he got bullied, which is a legit thing.
He got bullied in a very not realistic way where the mayor took him to school and beat him up, or they didn't take him to school. His mom took him to school, ratted him out as a freshman, and then the mayor of the town spanked him because he was a freshman.
How we know that I'm realistic?
That would be a news story if that happened.
Okay. In all time now, but not probably in the 1970s.
That wasn't even about that episode took place in like 2000 and something.
They jump. You know that. They jump in logic. They do not use logic from the same time period. To peel that away with Modo before killing the giant chicken.
That chicken never dies.
But every time you think he killed him, but he caused so much damage.
That's not murder. It's not murder.
If you think he killed him, he thinks he murdered him.
He thinks
he knows.
But that's the thing is he keeps coming back. So what does he think he murdered him once, twice, 3 times?
It peeled Griffin. What do you expect?
Better. Supposedly.
You spent from peeled Griffin.
Supposedly.
Okay.
Alright, give me some examples of slice of life as determined by...
Random website.
Yes.
My anime list. Okay. Usagi Drop is one. I mean, I've seen that. That's not cute girls doing cute things. Yeah. Nichijou is an example of
Nichijou is
cute girls doing K-On, like he says, another one. That's cute, kind of cute girls doing cute things. Haru's one of the most popular slice of life animes of all time. What else is on here? Fruits Basket.
I believe that.
Fruits Basket. Lucky Star.
Yes.
Trying to think of the other one. Clanad is on here. Toradora is another one that I know that a lot of people have seen.
Hold on, I haven't had time to watch it yet.
Yeah, let's see what else is on here. That Kanan is that. Love Hina, and let's see. Beck.
Yeah.
That one are cute girl doing cute things.
Love Live. That's more of the cute girls doing cute things.
I haven't seen that one yet.
Look, I
Comico Market. I mean,
cute girls and cute.
Yeah.
I think the issue is that moe is often associated with
slice of life.
Yeah.
slice of life because
They're common combination.
Well, yeah, because that's where the whole cute girls do cute things come in. Is the mo.
My way.
Mo.
My way.
Mo.
My way.
Mo.
But
And notice no myself, yourself.
There's 1,100 listings on here, so if you want me to go through every single one of these, I will.
But it is a Crunchyroll platform nation, which I do trust it reliable. So
See, I watched it with the same idea. I was like, you know what? I'm kind of like, I'm on vacation. I kind of just want an anime to watch. And I'm like, oh, this one has a pretty cool intro. Myself, yourself, and I watch it. And then you come down with what doctors would describe as the feels.
The feels, yes.
And, which I am completely immune to because I am a robot. But, immune to the feels. But, I don't think it's a slice of life because it gets really serious really freaking quick in that anime. Like, it's like a roller coaster.
A roller coaster.
You go up, and then that little girl has her birthday, and it's really sad because nobody's. By the way, spoilers. No, her parents aren't there, and then you get the feels. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler.
You get the feels. Hey, look. You know what? Guess what? If you have not watched Myself Yourself,
You should watch
It's
it.
really
yes.
good.
and it's spoiled, but at the same time, how old is it? Like over 5 years old?
It's
Came out in 2010, right?
it might be older than that because it's based on a PlayStation 2 game.
Oh wow. But
And
even though we're night and if she's spoiled, if you're over 5 years old, could kind of get away with it. But we don't want to let you guys know.
I watched it in 2012.
I saw it last semester. I remember we talked about it last.
Yeah.
So like 6 months ago.
If it's old enough, then we can get away with it.
Yeah.
No.
Look. Spoiler alert. If you've ever gone through a tough time when you're growing up, it'll get you. It's got definitely a lot of that. The one that got away vibe to it. So if you've ever had one of those, especially growing up, it'll get you right here. Got me right here where I live.
Wasn't that bad for me.
I cried.
Only one anime
I
only
cried. I'm not even gonna lie. I
Instead of
cried.
say-
Yeah.
I cried during Myself Yourself. I'm not even gonna lie, man. The part where, spoiler alert, I'm not gonna say, but
Spoilers.
I'm not gonna actually say real spoilers, but yeah, it made me cry because it's an anime about friendship and the greatness of friendship and how you can all keep together even though you get older, you grow apart, things happen, people don't really change, and it doesn't matter how hard life is, and you just
It's okay.
you got your friends, they're
It's okay.
or you get stuck with these people hosting a podcast.
Stuck?
I call it upgrade.
Stuck with?
Stuck with.
Okay. I'll remember that.
He did the.
I'm just bitter because I don't agree that it's a slice of life.
Okay.
Personally, but look. I don't agree with it because it's for a lot of the slice of life, it's comedies because it's like episodic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's I don't know, kind of like an anthology. It's like the same basic principal characters, but you know, like K-On, like once in a blue moon, something important will happen.
Yeah.
Like it's not like Love Live actually moved at a fairly reasonable pace.
Yeah.
Literally nothing happens in Lucky Star.
Is it because maybe it's more moe in like that? Yeah, for example, Beck, it's like we now we have no moe in it.
Well, it's you know,
And then but it's more serious. So maybe that's why it's kind of hard to be more serious with moe as like compared to Violet.
I think you know because I mean Beck was you know it was like what male K-On was, but you know it's male K-On
is.
versus like you know like the so obviously it's not going to fall into the trappings of what's the word I'm looking for here cute girls
Doing cute
doing
things.
cute things because it's just guys, but I mean you know there's like a because I've never seen Beck, so like I don't know much of Beck.
In a way that you should watch it.
I should watch a lot of things apparently.
You should.
How long is the list?
Write it down. Write it down on that list.
I'm not gonna write it down. You can tweet at me
I'll tweet at 8.
at a. I don't know. I don't even know if that's like the Twitter handle, but
It should be.
no, like I feel like okay, like do I feel like that's a issue with Moe? Yeah, I kind of do. I once coined the term the Moe movement, and
Yeah, it was really bad for a while.
yeah, it was, and I think that's really what dominates slice of life comedies, like. Because the issue with slice of life is because it could be literally anything. It's like mixed with so many other things.
Yeah.
Like you know, like if you take Myself Yourself for example, it's a drama, got a little bit of comedy early on, and then it gets real, like real, like really real. Spoiler alert, but like K-On is a comedy. Lucky Star is a comedy. Love Live is a comedy. I don't know what Beck is.
But is a drama, more of a drama, I would say. If you had to choose one of the two, it's more drama because it's story development with serious stuff going on.
Okay, so like for instance, you know, I love Fooly Cooly, and that's technically been classified as a slice of life, but like I don't think it's a slice of life because a lot of the episodes aren't about his daily life. Like that anime is lol random. Like there, you know, like it's hilarious by the way.
I mean, but it's not that it's not. I mean, in my opinion, with that would be that it is kind of about his everyday life, but it's his everyday life once she comes into his life. So I mean, I know it's a small. What is it? 6 episodes, but
It's
I mean,
6 episodes.
Yeah, it's when it's his everyday life when she comes in.
Well, it's you know, Mag Pixie Dream Girl shows up, and that's the biggest problem with that. But like, what I'm saying is like, I feel like as you know, like a genre because it's so hard to pinpoint the genre. Like we wouldn't get an argument about is that a drama, is that a comedy, is that whatever, because it has what it's supposed to have.
Yeah.
Like it has the you know
The elements.
of what we said it is, but like with slice of life it could be almost anything. Like that's not like for instance, there's parts of you know like another you know because the people who created Fully Cooley, or not created, but the people who ended up making it were also the people who did like Kill a Kill. Kill a Kill is not a slice of life, but it has elements in it. Like there's one episode where it's about them fighting, where she fights up a tower basically, and the second half of the episode is about how the life of the people there, like her family, her surrogate family, is getting better. Like that's kinda ish. Like you know what I mean? It's like that's just an episode though. That's not the whole thing. Like that's the problem with slice of life is like the definition said it could just be an episode. Like it's usually meant for backstory. Like I don't know. Like you know like was it? That's that's basically the problem I have with like classifying a slice of life. I mean, I don't know how you guys feel about that. Like,
Slice of, like I said, it's probably the one of the hardest things to quantify exactly what is in a slice of life, or what is a slice of life, because like you said, it has so many different elements that sometimes you'll see like comedy, you'll see drama, you'll see things that are sad. I mean, there's a bunch. You can have just about anything in a slice of life anime, so you can confuse that with just a regular. If you see a funny anime, it could just be a regular comedy anime to you, but it could in fact be a slice of life anime too. So I mean, it's really hard to quantify it exactly.
Then one of the hardest thing in defining it. So we were talking about the three definitions, trying to adapt what a true slice of life is like difficult. And then most anime do have a touch of slice of life in one way or another, but are different on the amount of degree it is involved in. Like don't anime that don't know Chandler being slice of life.
Yeah.
Because but all anime like China, it's like life, but to some extent, like not the hardcore one like, compared to like K-On! K-On! Is typical like that's all they do basically. If I'm correct, it's the band.
it's about their life.
Yeah, they truly about it day by day. They don't talk about the outside stuff like other anime do. So they're only difficult to define, or they put a label on anime. What the degree of slice of life in it. In the series wise, if that makes sense.
No, I get what you're saying, because like for instance, you follow the everyday lives of like, okay, so it's like you talking about like, you know, when main character from Fully Cooley is introduced to, you know, the real main character of the anime. You know, it's about his life post that, but like you make that argument about like, I don't know, like something like I don't know, like Sailor Moon, like. The entire anime is about her life post getting, you know.
Some people will label it as a slice of life.
I don't label it as a slice.
Some extent it is.
It has
it have elements of it, but it's not the main label of
See,
it.
but that's what I'm saying. Like that's the biggest problem.
But you said the way you were defending myself yourself, you said don't know what element when we first talked about it.
I mean,
did you have to admit some side have slice of life in it? In fact, they talk about the day, like they even don't exclude like a lot of the episodes and they split and what they do at school.
It's more about them hanging out.
Yeah.
It's more about because the thing about that is like even the episode where they all go fishing together is like there's an episode, you know, there's like a hint about the main character doesn't like to see blood, and why he doesn't like to see blood is revealed later on when you watch that anime. But you know, like that's what I'm saying. Like even like with the kid with her birthday, that wasn't like that was an episode in her life. But guess what? Like that was not like, you know, the focus was about how her parents are never around and all that stuff. That like these people have become her surrogate family, sort of thing. Like that's why I don't think it's like a slice of life. Because when I think of a slice of life, I think of more of like things where it's like. Maybe it's just a lot of it. I think it's just because I feel like it's a comedy. Like the overall story of Myself, Yourself wasn't about their daily lives.
Yeah, true. But I know one of the issues is a site like basically about everyday life, right? But they would them knowing the everyday, but at the same time, each person never had the exact same day. Like they have their own personal challenges and opportunities they had to do over. Like some characters, like for example, the parent of the little girl who birthday, but her parents already know her, right?
Yeah.
It relatable to some real people who deal with that themselves. So it could be a slice of life to some degree. It could be relatable realistically as well.
Well, like, do you think like part of it has to be it's relatable? Because I don't relate at all to slice of life.
Like, the slice of life basically during more time during the high school years, right? For most.
Most is high school or middle school usually.
Middle school. Which I know in Myself Yourself high school.
It's
high school.
high school.
Yes, usually middle school, high school age between that age. So the daily life they go through. And then there's some people do go through those same typical days, but since in anime, it'd be more based on the Japanese culture, so it might be might be similar to what they go through on a daily basis. Some of them on clubs, which they had clubs in Japanese high school and all that, and some personal stuff they deal at home, which could be relatable for people as well.
Yeah, I mean, look, okay, so it's like the thing about that one is that it didn't have things where it's like, this is the episode where they have to do with this. Like, because a lot of it wasn't about, like, them taking tests or anything like that, where it's like, oh, we got a test coming up, or oh, blah, 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 blah. It was more about the main character had moved away and came back, and he was trying to reestablish his life there. Like, it wasn't like, you know, oh, hey, man, like, we got this thing we gotta do. Like, it's more like him just trying to reconnect with his friends.
Which could happen to people.
I mean, I'm not saying it can't happen to you. Again,
Yeah,
I identify heavily with that anime.
I know, but at the same time, how many anime do you guys see them talking about they all had to study for a test? Like, that don't come often. They mention it, but they never actually go into detail on it.
Happened in it, you know. I mean,
and they do.
Kagome had to take tests in Inuyasha. I mean, that's not a slice of life.
Well, I don't know about that.
Yeah, you know, we all go jumping into wells and come out in feudal Japan.
Hey, have you tried that?
Hell no.
So how you know?
Hey, man.
You know, I mean, we're not going to film a video of us trying to jump into a well and end up in feudal Japan.
What do you mean you were testing on my show.
I'm absolutely not going to myth bust that.
Myth bust it, yeah.
I'm not going to bust that myth.
I'm happy to report it for you.
I'm not going to bust that myth.
I'm happy I can let you go first.
I'm not going to try to jump into, you know, like, in the same way that I found out I'm not a Saiyan. I can't, you know, power up.
I think we've all tried to turn into Super Saiyans, though.
Well,
Is that a slice of life?
No.
You guys couldn't do it?
I've tried to do a spear game before.
Is that a slice of life?
No.
We're just gonna go down a list of animes we have and basically talk about whether or not they're a slice of life. So we've established DBZ is not a slice of life. They talked about studying all the time in Dragon Ball Z.
Gohan had to study all the time.
Yeah, but that is
Gohan went to school.
But none of us can fly.
Gohan was supposed to be a professor, and he ended up as Saiyan Man.
Pretty good choice in my opinion.
I thought that was the stupidest thing. Look, man, he taught Videl how to fly. But anyways, look, okay, so the issue I have again with I don't agree with a lot of the things that are listed as slice of life. Like, I just don't, because again, it feels less like your everyday mundane life and more like because even in Haruhi, they still did mundane things.
Yeah, they did.
Like, Haruhi starts off with Kyon going through his life. It's just that's what I'm saying. Because with Fooly Cooly, it's not the same. They're both about this girl comes into your life and changes it completely. But with Fooly Cooly, it's barely any of that. It's oh, she's in your life now, and because of it, you'll have to fight robots and all this stuff. But with Haruhi, it's I remember the day I met Haruhi, and it was the worst mistake of my entire life. Basically.
But in that sense, is K-On! Really mundane?
Yes.
Really?
I personally, I'm not the target audience, I think. Because, look, K-On! Does have, again, they have moments where it's oh my god, this week I had to do this thing. I feel that's what I feel is, I think slice of life is unfocused.
Yeah.
Is how I feel about it. Because it's K-On! Has an overall story to tell. But most episodes are about a day-to-day thing.
Yeah.
Whereas My Stuff, Your Stuff isn't like that. Like, its overall story happens in every single episode. Like,
that's true.
like they all relate to each other.
Okay.
They do. Like, they all come together, and that's the reason why I don't think it's a slice of life, because it feels like a story that they were like telling. You know, like, I didn't like Anohana,
Yeah.
but I don't think that's a slice of life either. And it's a story that is going from, you know, point A to point B. Like, they're, you know, like, I think of a slice of life like it's got a point A to point B, but then there's like point A, point 1, like A, point 2, like, you know, like things like that. Like,
Yeah, but at the same time, content, the example I've been using is Bet don't have really a point A, point B. They go straight, story wise. Like, they don't have their daily idea. Basically, like a more serious, like we say, a more serious version of account.
okay.
But they don't have like the typical school stuff or they don't actually really show me school. They only show me school like 3 times.
Okay, so like, how does,
but it labeled it the way it is, the idea of it.
which is what?
Basically, don't do cycle like original idea story like of being a musician.
Okay.
With ideally a musician who's young in high school
Yeah.
and then trying to make it.
But that's point A to point B, because point A is where they start and point B is.
But it is a slice of life.
Like, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I think slice of lives are more like they make pit stops. Like, like with that, it's more like he had a goal in mind, and then his friends also had a goal, and then they got to their goal. Like it. You know what it is? Is it feels like, you know, like there's a knock on slice of life episodes and things is it's filler. It can feel like filler. Like, cause like, okay, like Naruto has filler episodes that basically feel like a slice of life. Like, it feels like a filler anime genre is what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't feel like there's a focused thing. It's that there were characters here. We just need to flesh them out a little bit. So to do that, we're gonna make a pit stop. Like, because it's not direct. Like with Kaon, they're not directly like fleshing out the characters is not directly involved with them being a better band. It's just not like them being in a band is explains how
they know each other.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Like, and even like for instance, like in season 2, there's a character that literally is meant to like be the wet blanket, or she's like, well, you know, she wants to be a musician, she wants to practice, and they're like, well, I don't want to do that. Let's eat cake and drink tea. Exactly, but that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I feel like. And again, I'm not the end all be all for this. I'm just saying that's how I feel. Like, because, you know, we once talked about how hard it is to marathon comedies. Because the problem with marathon comedies, which a lot of times are slices of lives, is that, you know, there is nothing to like discuss or like see somebody going through things. You know what I mean? Like for instance, like look, okay, like we could talk about jokes that happen in like what we've described as slice of lives, but like that's not the story. Like, you know, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's like I think it's kind of hard to marathon and connect with people in a way with something like a comedy, because it's like, look, it's like, hey, wasn't that joke funny? Yeah. And this joke was also funny, and this joke and this joke and this joke.
But not this joke.
But yeah, but you know what I mean? Like, it's like, okay, like you can talk about Beck because it's about someone's journey.
Yeah.
But like, for instance, like, you know, with like, and Love Life, it's also about a journey that like is very like, you know, on point and paced fairly well, and like Fully Coolly kind of has a journey, but it's also kind of lol random.
Yeah.
But like,
for Coolly, you don't know point A to point B, you go point Z and then come back to B.
Well,
like they're all over the place.
It was meant to be all.
It meant to be all over the place, but how it is.
But like, you know, like I'm saying, like the things that you describe as a slice of life, or like Beck is more akin to like well, I'm not saying Beck is like Dragon Ball Z, but you know what I mean. It's like it's kind of more akin to like an arc. Like that's how I feel about it. There's a story arc, not You know, like, because it's okay to be like, hey, you know what, I want to be a musician, but I also have this backstory, and this is why I want to be a musician, stuff like that. But, you know, like what I'm saying is, like, I feel like the issue with, like, the way the genre is, because it's so, like, I guess, applicable to anything. It's like, you know, it kind of loses meaning. Like, like it's like, you know, hey, that's a slice of life, and so is this, and so is this, and so is this, and so is this.
Yeah.
The whole idea about slice of life, it seemed like the way they created never meant for it to be the main genre of a show to be described as.
Oh.
They probably remember like the
A subgenre?
more of a subgenre already being used, that perfect example it came on. They're comedy and all that, right? But one of the few true like that they do on a daily basis. The other one, the other comedy you mentioned, the one the marathon.
Yes.
A comedy.
Yes.
So it is like, but it's subgenre compared to what being the main genre of it, which is comedy. So more likely we go by that definition, because myself yourself is a drama.
Yeah.
But the sub genre for it is slice of life. It's not not the main genre, but it is a part of the sub of slice of life.
I mean, you know, like
which you were talking about earlier.
Like the coming of age thing
Yeah.
is very poignant about it, but like you know because it takes place in a school, a lot of times coming of age just comes with the thing about if you're in high school or middle school and you're growing through changes, like stuff like that. But you know, we could argue till the cows come home on this one. This isn't going to be very long because, well, honestly, we could just argue every single anime that ever existed about whether or not it's a slice of life. But I mean, I think we made some pretty solid points about what is or isn't a slice of life. I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter.
And everyone should watch back.
Watch Myself for yourself. It's really good.
They're both really good.
It'll make you cry.
That's debatable.
I cried. Always gonna be friends. Spoiler alert. But so this was the first episode of Let's Argue Anime. Let's Argue Anime was not as long as
Some of these other
the first episode of Nerds No Sports, or the first episode of Yellow Will Ensue. But you know, we're gonna make more of these. We're gonna talk about such interesting topics as insert topic here or insert topic there. And so look forward to those topics. And as always, you can reach us at AA Landline.
I'm at Juicer5024.
And I'm at Just Like Robot.
And we are also at Let's Argue Anime. And you know,
Nerds No Sports.
also follow Nerds No Sports and Yellen Will Ensue, our overlords and our.
I will be putting the links down there in the description to every single one of the Twitters and YouTube pages, the YouTube page we have. So just look down there.
Check that out. And also check out Jesus's Let's Plays and his streams on occasions.
Yes, I'll put a link down there to my personal YouTube channel, which I'll be posting some of the Let's Plays on. I'll also be posting it on the Yelling Will Ensue page in a subsection. And I'll put my Twitch account information down there too for you guys. You guys can follow that. Hopefully someone will come follow me. I've had a few viewers, but I'd like that number to grow. Have some fun with you guys.
And also, as always, you know, just remember that we're a very loud group of people, and that's why we argue anime instead of discussing it. So I hope you enjoyed this very short little episode. You know, thank you for joining us as always. You know,
Thank you.
I thank the panel, and also I don't agree that anything is a slice of life.
Everything is.
Everything is like that.